Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my room. This is the third installment of phone recording speech. But enough of that. Enough of that. My name is Kyle Philip Schenkel, and today we will be talking about someone who is truly dedicated as a true hero. You may ask, what does it mean to be a true hero? Honestly, I myself don't know, as I don't really consider myself a true hero. But a lot of heroes have military background. We should know this. I mean, there's hundreds and upon hundreds of stories about amazing people willing to risk their lives for everything they care about. And that's awesome. I think we all can truly just admit how cool it is to see people out here actually saving lives daily. And with, virus outbreak going on out there, there's tons of people out there trying to become heroes just by saving people's lives, coming up with a cure for this mess. As someone who's had family who's served in the armed forces and some who are currently serving, it's honestly an honor to have a speech like this. It's just brings back good memories, like hearing my grandpa telling me stories of how he loaded bombs in Vietnam. Uh, it brings back good times, and that's never a bad thing. But my grandpa was never. Let's just say he didn't receive a Medal of Honor, which is what these tribute speeches are to be about. So we will be talking about this man right here. His name is Richard E. Bush, and he is a true hero, willing to risk it all for those he cared about. Now, let's start on with some of his early life, as most of these speeches sort of follow this pattern, supposedly. Either way. So, according to the Marine Corps University, who were kind enough to record some of the history of Master Gunnery Sergeant Richard E. Bush, provide this quote from their report. Master Gunnery Sergeant Richard E. Bush, who received the Medal of Honor as a corporal for heroism in Okinawa in World War II, was born in Glasgow, Kentucky on the 23rd of December, 1924. An early start. I mean, being old enough to get into World War II at that point, congratulations. You are about to make the change that would turn the tide of history. And, I mean, that's always awesome. But considering his early life, Bush was only able to finish 1 year of high school, which, I mean, that's kind of understandable. High school is pretty difficult, but I can only imagine that it was a lot harder back then. A lot less technology and such. But that wasn't really necessary, as at the time he was working with his father on a tobacco farm, driving a tractor. And at that time, he never thought he was going to become the hero that everyone needed at the time. And no one knows they're going to be a hero till it happens. Which, I mean, that's just how it works, I suppose. But other than that, it seems like he has a pretty average life. No one really knows that such crazy, life changing events are going to happen until they happen. But moving on from that, I think it's time we get down to the true nitty gritty. Bush joined the Marine Corps in 1942, and World War II. Like, I think we all know how that went. We won. Can't go wrong with that. The New York Times writer Richard Goldstein, author of the article, Winners of Medal of Honor from Two Eras Die. Both men saved fellow Marines. Richard E. Bush, 79, served in Okinawa. I know, very long article title. It could be worse. Alright, provides a great point. When he joined the Marines out of high school, Mr. Bush, a native of Glasgow, Kentucky, hardly envisioned himself as a war hero. I mean, that makes sense, I suppose. No one really imagines themselves as going into the armed forces and just becoming a hero straight out. I mean, unless they do, but either way. So, Okinawa, April 16th, 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945. 1945 The medal citation for when he received his Medal of Honor from President Harry S. Truman. Cool guy, that's for sure. The medal citation says that during the battle, Bush was fairly wounded. And of course, that's never good. No one wants to be wounded because it kind of hurts, I guess. But in the medal citation, it said a Japanese hand grenade was tossed into the camp where he and other soldiers were stationed at for medical attention. Bush was willing to risk it all. That is when he acted fast and jumped on the hand grenade, physically putting his whole body onto the grenade and taking the entire blast within him. Coming out gravely wounded and losing a couple fingers as well as sight in one of his eyes, he survived. Now let's be honest here. How often do you hear a story of someone who survived a grenade? Usually it don't work out so well. I'd say that's just awesome that he was willing to truly risk his life just to save the others who he was with. Bush would later be taken away from the battle as, well, he needed help. Everyone in that camp needed help. Except he was willing to risk it all to make sure that they survived. Some of the later stuff that happened in his life, according to Marina Oliver, writer of the LA Times article, Richard E. Bush, 79, was honored for World War II acts. Unfortunately, our hero is not alive currently today. Bush died at the age of 79 on June 7th of a heart ailment in his home in Waukesha, Illinois. I don't know if I probably butchered that. I am very sorry about that. But it takes a lot to bring a hero down. And heart ailment, it's a sad way to go. I've had family who have perished of that, or at least something fairly close to it that I miss very much today. But truly though, a hero who is able to receive a Medal of Honor, that is a very sad loss. And I personally think a hero like him should be remembered. All heroes really should be remembered by the end of it. Because without them, where would we be? Where would we be without the people who make these huge, monumental changes in people's lives? People who are willing to truly risk it all, putting their life on the line, to making sure that we keep this peace, happiness that we all hope to have. Without them, we would be nothing. Without them, we would be nowhere. And without them, we wouldn't be who we are today. I appreciate you listening to this, and I hope that this has inspired you in many ways to search out for other heroes. Or, if you're lucky, become one yourself. Thank you.